Hello everyone, welcome to Salesforce Network, Salesforce Administrator, Flow Scenarios. Hello Salesforce Trailblazers, welcome all to the new series Salesforce Flows. We are super excited to kick off a brand new series dedicated entirely to Salesforce Flows, the powerful automation tool that let us streamline business processes with ease. Nowadays, Salesforce Flow is the hottest tool into the Salesforce ecosystem. Whether you are a beginner looking to understand the basic or an experienced Salesforce professional waiting to refine your skills, this series has something for everyone. So in this series, we are going to start the flows from the scratch. Also, we are going to discuss common flow scenarios encountered in the Salesforce. We are going to deep dive into the different types of flows. Basically, we are going to more concentrate on screen flows, record triggered flows, and schedule flows. So these are the flows which are more in demand when we are writing the flows. Exploring real world use cases and scenarios, seeing day to day life, implementing the best practice and pro tips for building efficient flows. So let's start with our day one flow scenario. So before directly jumping and starting with flows, let's see what is flow. Flow is an automation tool that allows user to create custom business processes, automate repetitive tasks and improve productivity without requiring code. So here we no need to write a single line of code. Without writing the code, we can implement the business logic using flows. It provides a user-friendly interface for building logics, enabling Salesforce admins or consultants to design complex workflows with point and click. No need to write a single line of code. It's part of Salesforce declarative tool. So by using Flow, we can configure any business scenario using this tool. So Salesforce Flow is a declarative tool and offers extensive functionality for customizing business processes. So there are several types of flows to go with different types of automation needs. As per the business requirement, we have to choose the template or we have to go with the flow type. So commonly we are going to see like screen flows, record trigger flow, schedule flow. So what is the purpose of screen flow? So a screen flow is a step-by-step process that requires users input. A record triggered flow, so it runs when a record is created or updated, similar to how to trigger functions in Apex. The same thing we can perform from here, ideally for automating process that depends on specific record changes. In that, like updating the related records or performing validation, we are going to use record triggered flow. Then what is schedule flow? So it runs automatically at scheduled intervals and it is best for time based actions. So what are the key components of flow? So here we are having like elements, resources and logic operators. So elements is the individual actions within a flow such as assignment or making decisions, loops and data actions. We are going to use the elements. Resources, for creating the resources we are going to use variables, constants and formulas used within the flow to store and manipulate data. Logic operators, it will be like allowed to include decision making in our flows, enabling branching paths based on conditions. Advantage of flows. So it is a declarative automation tool. Here no coding required, making it accessible for users with limited programming experience. Means if someone is not from the programming background, they can also use these flows to automate their business process. Flexible and powerful. So it provides control over complex logic and allows for both real time and scheduled automation. Also, it is enhancing the user experience. So as per the types of flows, we are going to take at least five examples of each flows. On screen flows, at least 5 example we are going to see. Record trigger flow. Again we are going to see 5 scenarios at least. Also with schedule flow. So let's start to create the Salesforce flow by following the best practices. So in our first scenario or day 1 scenario, we are going to create a screen flow that displays the welcome message including the username. On that screen flow, we are going to display a welcome message with username. And we are taking the flow name as screen flow welcome username. So username is going to populate here. So let's do this. Let's log into our Salesforce account by providing the credentials. Hit the login button. So how to navigate to the flows? So in the quick find box, we can go with automation tool, or directly we can search for flows. So this is the process automation. Under this it is coming flows. Click on this. So at the top we are seeing setup, flows, automation, lightning app. These new features are available only in the automation lightning app. Search for automations, sort your list views with more options, organize your automations with categories and subcategories. In the flow definition, here we are seeing all flows. So we can filter out from here all flows or triggered flows. So if I am clicking on triggered flows, it is all like 4 flows are coming over here. So where we are seeing there is not last modified or last modified by. So these are managed installed. These are coming by default. It is given by Salesforce. And where we are seeing the last modified. So this flow I had created. So it is unmanaged package. And if again I am going with all flows, so here total 39 items, sorted by flow label, filtered by all flow definitions, updated in a few seconds ago. So here we are seeing the flow label, what is the flow name, then process type, so Salesforce scheduler flow, screen flow, auto launched flow, or record triggered flow, all is coming in the process type. Then which flows are active or inactive, we can see in this column. Template, package state, then we are seeing the package name, then we are seeing the last modified by, last modified date. And also at the right side we are seeing the list view controls. So new, clone, rename, sharing setting, edit list filters, select fields to display, delete, reset column widths. This all we can do from here. So we can reset column widths. So like this, it's coming over here. We can do refresh from here, and also we can use the filter. So all, if we need to create a flow, simply we need to click on a new flow. So click here. It is taking up to flow builder. So this is a flow builder. So this is coming like new flow, start from scratch or use template. So I am going with start from scratch. Click next. So here these are the flow types which are coming by default. Select type, and this is recommended by Salesforce. So screen flow is there. It is it guides users through a business process that's launched from Lightning Pages, Experience Cloud Sites, Quick Actions, and more. Then we are seeing the record triggered flow. It launches when a record is created or updated or deleted. This auto launched flow runs in the background. Then coming to scheduled triggered flow, it launches at a specified time and frequency for each records in a batch. This auto launch flow runs in the background. So this is basically used for scheduled time when we need to execute something at particular time, then we have to go with scheduled triggered flow. So these three flows are basically required, and we are going to do the scenarios for each flows, at least 5 examples or 5 scenarios we are going to see. So as per our assignment, first we are going with a screen flow. So it is already checked. Click on create. So here at the top left corner we are seeing there is a back button, then flow builder, this is the logo, and here there is a toggle toolbox. If I am clicking over here, it is coming up a toolbox, so manager, and from here we can create new resources. And here we are seeing the auto layout. It is of two type, auto layout and free from. So if I am clicking on free from, so it is coming over here like elements. So these are the elements. So interaction elements are screen, action, subflows. Then for logic implementation, we are going with assignment, decision, loop, transform, collection sort, collection filters. And for data, we are going to take create record, update record, get record, delete record. And the last one is rollback records. So it is not displaying here. So here we are not seeing. So let's press the control subtraction key from the keyboard. So here it's coming rollback records. So coming back in the previous position. Then next manager is there. So from here we can create new resources. Then at the right side we are seeing the run button. Then debug is there. So whenever we are creating a flow and to check whether the flow is working fine or not, or is there any error, so we can check that particular flow from a debug button. Save as new version. So initially when we are creating a new flow, then it is going to create by the version 1 v1, and whenever we are again going to clone that particular flow, or whenever we are using the save as button, then it is going to create a new version of that particular flow. We'll see while doing the practical. So here is a save, and then finally when the flow is created, then we have to make it active. Also at the bottom we are seeing drag to select, means from the elements we can simply drag and drop here, and here we are seeing the zoom out and zoom in. So when we have so many elements on this area, then in that case we are going to use these zoom out and zoom in. So as per the assignment, let's create our first screen flow. So simply I am going with auto layout facility, like simply if I am clicking on this plus button, we are able to select the elements from here, and we can perform our task. So it is a little bit handy to use this auto layout way. So I am going with this one only. So let's select the screen. So here new screen is coming up. At the left side we are seeing the components. So these are all the components, and if we know the name of a particular component, we can directly search from here. So we are seeing input 53 components like action button, add attendees, address, call script, checkboxes, checkbox group, choice, currency, data table, and many more. Below that we are seeing the display components. So it is having display text, repeater, section, and also we have a fields. So if I am clicking on this fields, record variable, if we need to create a variable, then in that case we have to click on fields, and from here after clicking on search record variables, if there is, it is going to display, and in case we have to create a new variable, we have to click on new resource. Next, coming to our middle screen. So here at the top we are seeing the header. This is the area where we are dragging and dropping the components, and this is the footer part. At the right side we are seeing the screen properties. So here it is prompting us for label, to provide the label for this screen. Then there is a API name for this label. It is going to create a by default API name, and here we can provide the description for this particular screen. Then below that we are seeing the configure header. So if I am expanding this show header, if I am unchecking this particular show header checkbox, it is disappeared from here. If I need to see this header, I need to check this checkbox, provide help, show help text, and also we can provide the help text for this. Below that we are seeing the configure footer. So again I am expanding this configure footer. So if I am unchecking this show footer, so it is disappeared from here. Again if I am checking this checkbox show footer, it is coming back again. So for next or finish button, here use the standard label, or we can go with our custom label. Also we can hide next or finish. So by using this we can hide next or finish. So previous button is there. For previous button what we can do, use the standard label. So we can go with standard label if this radio button is checked. If I am going and selecting this radio button, also hide the previous button. So if I am clicking, then I am hiding the previous button, so it is getting disappeared from here. Then we are seeing the pause button. So from here use the standard label pause button. So this is coming over here. If I need to go with our custom label, we can go with that. And if I am selecting this one hide pause, then it is hiding the pause button. So for now I am going with the default one, use the standard label. Again for the previous one also I am going with use the standard label, and for the next or finish again I am going with standard label. So let's provide the label name. Here I am providing welcome, and API name it is taking by default. Also we can provide here description. So click done. So we had created a screen flow by the name welcome. So let's save this flow by providing the flow label. So here I am providing a screen flow welcome username, as we had seen this name in the PPT. So tap this, click save. So we had created a screen flow by the name screen flow welcome username. Here we are seeing V1 means version 1, and below that it is displaying last saved. So there is a date and time, and for now it is inactive. Here we are seeing that there is enabled run button, debug button, and also save as new version. Whenever we are going to modify this flow, it is going to save with new version. So here we will see that version 2, and also we are seeing the activate button is enabled and save button is disabled, as we have already saved this flow. So here nothing is there to debug. So just simply I am clicking on run button. So here it's coming. We had not did anything on the flow, so here we are not able to see a lot more on this screen flow. Only what the thing here it is getting displayed screen flow welcome username, what we had provided the screen flow name. So let's modify this existing flow. So just click on this screen, edit elements. Then as per the assignment what we have to do here, we have to display the username. So how it can be possible? So simply here I need to type display text. So here I am dragging and dropping the display text, and for the API name I am providing display underscore username, as this is API name. So here I am typing dear, and here it will be like username. Welcome to Salesforce network. Let's learn flow from scratch. Also we can use formatting on these text. So here I am selecting this welcome to Salesforce network and making it bold, and for this line I am going to change the color. So using this color, done. So it is appearing here, and here for displaying the username I need to click on insert a resource. So here I have to go with user. So this is global variables. We are using the global variables user. So then username I need to search username, this one. It's simple. Dear username, welcome to Salesforce network. Let's learn flow from scratch. So it's done. Again save this, and here what I am doing, I am clicking on run button. So what we are able to see here, dear Salesforce network, the username is coming over here. Welcome to Salesforce network. Let's learn flow from scratch. So there is a single screen flow. So it is coming like this, and this is our flow name, Salesforce welcome username. This is our flow name. So click finish. It's done. There is no another screen flow to go with. So again coming back to our flow. So still it is not active, this flow. So to make it active I need to click on activate button. So it is activating. Your flow was activated. So like this we are creating the flows and making it active. To use the flow, so this is the basic screen flow example. Thanks for watching.